What's good, Chaotic Nation and Invisible People? My name is Chaos, and we are back with another episode of the Fire Emblem Three Houses Crimson Flower playthrough. Hope you guys have been enjoying the series. Always good to have you guys supporting the channel, watching the content, interacting with the channel, leaving comments, you know, all the fun stuff. I know you're leaving comments. You're all leaving comments. And we're going to start the day by going to sock the farting man.
Take that! Yes, I am in a hurry. Edelgard claims victory after victory. She never stops. 5 years ago, she ascended the throne and swept away the corrupt nobles, my father included. I always thought I would be the one to unseat him. But she did it instead, with all the ease and indifference of someone cracking an egg. Now, as the head of House Ire, I serve Edelgard. I have to accept that I am her subordinate, working beneath her to reunify Fodor. The disparity between Edelgard and myself is obvious. She never stops moving forward, single-minded, never wavering. But where does that leave me? Here, flailing about, going nowhere, contributing nothing. But it is. That is the reality. Not once since our days at the Academy have I exceeded Edelgard's abilities. I saw her as a worthy opponent. She did not even see me as a contender. She did not even consider me at all.
Nobody does, to be fair.
As the head of the noble House Ire, I must be able to achieve results, but all my efforts have come to nothing. Results are everything. I have not shown results, so I will be stagnating here forever.
It's the journey, not the destination.
I appreciate that, but it is not enough to persuade me. I know that I have a massive wall to climb, and I must climb it alone. Even so,
that is where you're wrong.
May I ask a favor?
Of course.
Professor, please keep an eye on my progress. I would appreciate if you were always by my side, bearing witness to my accomplishments.
Sure. I'm messing with a kitten who's trying to bite me right now. It's fun. It's always a good time. We boost your motivation. We increase your motivation. We got another thing to do here. Cool. Let's burn at it.
I can't believe how long it's been since I left home. Since I was dragged out of the house, I mean. 5 whole years. It's weird to think about. No. But if you'd asked me that 5 years ago, I'd have said the opposite. I have friends here, and I have you. The monastery's become a second home to me. Back then, I never would have dreamed a day like this would come.
Happy for you.
It's all thanks to you. You've given me a second chance at life. If not for you, I never would have gotten used to leaving my room, let alone the monastery. Maybe the battlefield's just dulled my senses. I'm much better with strangers and new places now, though. I don't panic nearly as much as before.
I have some independent work for you then.
What? Independent? As in, alone? That sounds like a tough assignment. Where did this come from all of a sudden? Hey, hold on. You're teasing me, aren't you? Please don't joke around like that anymore. It's torture for me. Come on, Professor. I'm begging you. Please promise me you won't do that again. Friends respect each other's feelings, don't they?
I mean, nah. Okay, fine.
Good. I'll hold you to that. You're absolutely not allowed to send me out anywhere on my own. Got it? You would need to come with me. If you're with me, I can go anywhere in the world. No! That defeats the purpose. Why can't you get what I'm saying? I thought we
Why
were
can't you say what you want to say?
close. Guess I'm not good enough for that, though, am I?
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you have this one. But you better be ready for next time. We have an interaction with Caspar, huh? What do you want?
Hey, Professor, something's been bothering me. remember that suspicious guy I chased after back when I was a student? A knight scolded me for it, but at the time I really thought I was doing the right thing. Now that I've had more experience on the battlefield, though.
I've been looking for you. There isn't much time, so I'll keep this brief. The knights encountered a band of brigands while out marching. It was hard fought, but we prevailed. Our soldiers are highly trained, but the enemy was formidable, and we weren't expecting combat. There were a number of casualties among our troops. There is something I wanted to bring to your attention. The brigands all bore identical tattoos of a scorpion on their arms. Please, keep an eye out for that mark in the future.
Oh no.
Don't mention it.
The
If you'll
scorpion marks the guy who
excuse me,
ran
I need to
away
get
from
back
it,
to
right?
my duties.
Heck of a coincidence, right? As soon as I mention that suspicious guy, this happens. But some of the knights died in combat. They died because of what I did 5 years ago. This is my fault. If I'd stayed quiet and tracked the guy down like you said, we would have stopped those brigands sooner. And I wouldn't have blood on my hands.
We might have heard the children.
But he probably wouldn't have. Now those knights, they're not coming back. We both know it.
Oh, you
This is
want to
all my
talk,
fault.
mate? You want to rutty talk, mate? Apparently this is the episode where we're just running people all the time. Let's go! Petra.
Professor, please do not be concerned. I just did too much overworking and lost my strength.
You're overdoing it.
Yes, that is the truth. Please accept my apology. I have sorrow. I am sorry to be fainting at a time like this. Even though I was not asking for your care and attention, you gave it willingly. I am
Hey.
thinking that is incorrect.
Bless you.
Will you have a listen to me? There is something that I must be saying.
Then say already.
I am thinking you already have knowledge of why I came to Vodlin. Not for studying, but as a hostage for the Empire. So that Bridget would not be rebelling anymore. It feels like a knife against my throat. That I am making my grandfather obey the Empire. Because I am a hostage, it is not an option to be giving up. I must be fighting, and winning, and staying alive. I must do anything to be making life better for Bridget. To be making Bridget and the Empire stand as equals. That is what my people are wanting from me. And what my grandfather, the King of Bridget, is wanting.
What do you want?
My want? I am not knowing of that.
Figure that
The
out.
wants of my people are something I have power to achieve. Their wants are my own.
Well, you can know what you want.
What I really want, I have understanding. Wait, no, I actually do not have understanding. Yet, what I am understanding is that there is something I am not understanding. When I know what my true
Alright,
want
bro.
is,
She going there.
I give you my promise that I will be telling you first.
Nice. Solid. We appreciate that. Ah, Dorothea, what's this up, lady?
This may seem a bit sudden, but I want to thank you, Professor. That is, for letting me live my life the way I want. I've noticed you've been giving me fewer of those soul-revealing gazes lately. I appreciate you making an effort to not trouble yourself over who I spend my time with.
Just found me out.
Well, of course. Did you think I wouldn't notice? It's kind of sweet in its own way. Professor, may I tell you a story about when I was younger?
It's about you
I
being
was an
naked in the
orphan,
fountain? Because we already know
living
that
in the
one.
back alleys of Enbar, until one day I was overheard singing. That was when my new life began. I was suddenly a songstress in the Middle Frank Opera Company. Performers, nobility. I met so many people. But none of them ever really knew me. I was just some young, pretty girl who could sing. A spectacle to be admired, even though everyone
Caged
praised
animal.
my looks and my voice, and they showered me with gifts. I knew one day I'd be old. My looks would fade,
my voice would change. I wouldn't sound the same. And I started to wonder, when I did get old, what would I have left? I'd be old, alone, and back on the streets of the capital, right where I'd started.
I believe that's true.
You can never be certain about what the future will bring. I never had much to begin with in life, and I worry that one day I'll be that way again. That's why I keep searching for someone who will love me. Someone unaware of the songstress, who can love a girl that used to be scared and alone on the streets of the capital. I wonder if such a strange person can even exist.
Sure they do. Somebody for everyone. So they say.
Hubert, my boy, it's rather rare for the two of us to see one another with no one else around, isn't it?
Yes, I believe it is.
I was good friends with your father, you know. Perhaps this is fate, eh? Of course, when I left the Empire, I broke off my friendship with him. And, well, everyone else. Sharp words, Hubert. Contemptible though your father may be, he is still your father.
Don't overcomplicate it. I will not forgive him. Ever. Contemptible is just the right word for the wretch. Do you truly know what kind of man my father was?
I assume you're talking about the insurrection of the Seven. At the time, I was already at Garrick Mach. I know nothing more than hearsay. That said, I found it hard to believe that Lord Vestra would challenge the Emperor like that.
Yet that's exactly what he did. Since the dawn of the Adrestian Empire, House Vestra has served House Hresvelg as the Emperor's right hand. My father spat on a legacy of loyalty and devotion that had lasted 1100 years. He conspired with the ministers to usurp power from the Emperor and Lady Edelgard.
In your father's defense, the Emperor was attempting to take power from the Seven Houses. The Emperor's reform was an attempt to concentrate power in the hands of the throne. The nobles put a stop to that. Emperor Ionius lost the ensuing power struggle.
Now it is the nobles' turn to suffer defeat. Her Majesty will crush all who oppose her.
You hope she can cease this never-ending conflict? That's quite a goal, Hubert.
Interesting. Interesting. And they're all having with me. So we can't go anywhere else. But we can save it for today. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you are new and you want to see more of this series and more of our awesome content creators. And I will catch you guys next time. So until then, stay safe, and as always,